And so what I will do is upload it to my YouTube channel in your own private folder or whatever.
Alright.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
269 267 Okay. I'll send you photos.
Cool. Wait a
I
second,
just sent.
Zachary. What are you doing here? I don't have you on my schedule. I just had another student pop in, Hudson. Can you hold on one sec?
Yeah, of course.
You'll get to see him, but oh, he's off. So, okay. All right. Did you text it to me?
Yes.
407-269-2037.
Yes. Did it? Oh, I think I did 408. I just sent some
Oh.
random.
Well,
All
maybe
right.
we can start off with the difference between the numbers 7 and 8. You want to start with that?
407 269 269 not 8 20.
2037.
Yes. Okay. I think this is it. Plus 8 plus 4 less than 14 equation parts. All right, just send them.
All right, cool.
Because on Thursday I have test.
Oh, I love math test days, don't you? Oh, the best.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a test on all of this, like the system of equations
Okay.
overall.
All right. Oh, the miracle of the internet. Here we go. All right. Hey-oh. Interesting. So is this like you just had a recent tutor who was having you do all that?
Well, no,
Y
this is
equals
what I
mx
got
plus b?
from class. This is like my homework.
No, no, I mean the tutor who was doing the y equals mx plus b stuff. Was that recent?
Yeah, so what happened is we started off with one tutor. I thought she was fine, but she kept like canceling and rearranging sessions, and like the tutor company didn't know. And my mom was like, "Okay, we can't have that." So we found someone else.
Okay. Oh, I
This
gotta go.
company
Can we reschedule?
for what time?
I'm just kidding.
All right.
I'm just kidding. Because you were saying the other tutor. Okay. Yeah, I'm a real jokester. All right. I got them all.
Same, but when I do it, it gets me in trouble.
Yeah.
All right.
My
So
age, when you're my age, what are you gonna do?
so she kept canceling, so we got another one, and we had her for one session, and she was just terrible. So
All right. So, any ideas on what we should do here, or you want me to walk you through it? What's going on?
I think what I want to do, I think I'll just start doing it, and you can check it, and like after everyone,
Okay.
I'll tell you what I did and how I did
Okay.
it,
Yeah, you don't
and
have to, yeah.
wrong,
You have the
whatever I did.
ability to write on here, but it's a pain in the rear, as I'm sure you probably know.
I
So,
can do it on the paper, and then I'll just send you a photo of it.
cool. What we can also do if you don't, if you're not tempted to cheat, is I'll work on it quietly, and then you can look up as well. Up to you.
All right. I mean, I can just explain how I would do this. I think if I already know that y equals 4, I would make
Cool.
it x equals -5 times 4 plus 6, which is x equals -20 times 4 plus 6. Or no, -20 plus 6.
Okay.
So, which is 20. plus x is negative 14. So yeah, x equals negative 14. So we have negative 14 and 4.
Cool. Are you allowed to use a calculator
Yeah,
at at all times?
yeah, usually as long as it's like a graphing calculator.
Okay. And were you writing just now or typing?
Yeah, writing.
Okay. I'm just going to put it in here for your notes, okay?
Mm,
And were you using a calculator just now?
mm-mm.
Good. So looks like you're okay with um, the arithmetic in your head, which is good news, always. All right. You want to just go ahead and do this or give me actually, I'll just ask what you're going to do and then you go ahead and do it. Like, what are you going to do here?
My first step, I'd say if y equals 3x plus 2 and 2x plus y equals 37. Well, let's see.
Okay.
Um,
All right. Go for it.
all right. All right. So right off the bat, I don't want to spend like 20 minutes thinking about it. Can you explain to me how I would do this one?
Okay.
It's more
So
complex.
back here, everything was great, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said
Yep.
y equals 4, amazing. I'm just going to plug that bad boy in, boom, 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 and we're done, right?
Yeah.
This is no different procedure-wise, except we got this nasty variable in here, okay?
So
However, y equals this whole thing,
mhm,
yes? And it's a
that
system.
makes
These
sense.
equations are buddies, right? So if I see a y here, it's the same y as in
Mhm.
here. And if y equals this, I can replace this y with whatever this is. If it was a picture of a banana or a
Okay,
building,
so
you could replace it, right?
like 2x plus 3x plus 2 equals 47.
Boom
And
goes a dynamite. And then what you
combine
have
like terms.
is you have a single equation with only one variable. The problem is now I got equations with two variables, which is absolute chaos, and we don't know what we're doing with that, right?
Mhm.
All right. So plug
So,
that bad boy in there. Let me know when you're done.
well, let's see, if to combine like terms, 5x plus 2. Um, yeah, I mean, 5x plus 2 equals 47. Um, so 47 minus 2 is 45. And 5 times 9 is 45. So x equals 9.
Are you writing the steps that I'm writing? Because you are clearly a quick thinker already, or do you just sort of
Kind
um,
of just like using memory because I remember my times tables from like third grade.
okay, you got x equals 9?
Yep.
Okay. Are we done?
Yep.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
No, sir, we are not done. Tell me what we have to do.
Okay, we gotta find out what y
You
is.
got it, gosh darn right we do.
Okay.
Seem like a
So,
nice young man. You're racist against the Y already. What did
all
Y
right.
ever do to you? Okay. How are we
All
going to
right.
find Y?
So x equals 9. So 3 times 27 plus 2 is 29. All right. So y equals 29.
Okay. So I am, in all seriousness, you're a smart young man. I can tell already. Um, I don't think I don't think mathematics is, I don't think understanding is the issue. I believe you that you just need help with homework. I am going to encourage you, however, you see all this writing that I'm doing, which is a pain.
Yeah.
Um, for now, you're good. Like you're good with how quickly you think and how you get to right away you get to the solutions and you've been right all along. I didn't mess up, did I? Did you get 9 and 29?
Yeah.
Okay. So the solution is you can either write it as an ordered pair or you do this, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the issue. Fairly soon, you're going to get into a situation where there's just a whole bunch going on. And if you're not writing things down, it's just you're going to get yourself in trouble. Okay. So I
All
guess
right.
my first question is, are you able to, if you had to, would you be able to write out these steps like
Yeah.
this? Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
I've had a little bit on
I
like
do
writing everything.
everything, right? Like I plug in, like I know all you would need to do is like not, I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. Maybe one step you could write down,
Yeah.
just to keep track. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. I encourage you to do that. I'm not sure it's necessary just yet. We shall see. Okay.
I'll just get an extra sheet of paper so I got room to write.
All
All
right.
right. So let's go to the next one.
Oh, how do you and fractions get along?
It's okay. It's pretty simple.
Sweet.
Y equals 1/4 x plus 7. X if x equals -4. 1/4 times -4 is just -1. So, um, -1 plus 7. Okay. All right. So I got y equals -6 and x equals -4.
All right. So let's talk about that. Did you write stuff down?
Yes. So my first step was I multiplied it 1/4 by -4, making it -1. Um, so now that I'm at -1, plus 7, or
Aha.
1.
Oh, oh, oh.
All right, so it's +6, not -6. All right,
Aha. I'm so
so
glad because I really didn't want to yell at you on our first
yeah,
meeting.
so then 6, and then x equals 4. Let me see where I went wrong here. 1/4 x times -4.
I think you just forgot.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. You good?
Yep.
Um, you said x equals 4. Did you mean, did you write
-4.
down -4?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
X equals -4 and y
Okay.
equals 6.
I thought so. All right. What do we got?
Y equals 3x plus 10.
What are we doing?
All right, so my teacher told me about this. I think we combine it to one equation. Um, so -2 or -3x plus 10 equals -2x plus 6.
Okay, I want to stop you real quick. So, how do you know that you can do that? Because you said your teacher told you that you could, but do you know why you can do that?
Well, because these are both equations that are both y equals. So these are both like kind of like solutions to y, so we can combine them.
Good. And I'm just going to say it mathematically correct. It sounds like you know exactly what you're talking about, but I like to make sure that you have a full understanding because if you don't, then later on you're going to be in trouble, right? So it's like what I said before, y equals this, right? So if I see y here, since they're equivalent, I can substitute it in there. Is that your understanding?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Continue, sir.
All right, so she told us to make like balance scales, kind of that, like, yeah. Okay, so -3x plus 10. Well, first add, subtract from each side.
Is that a lacrosse helmet or a football helmet on your picture here?
Football, but I play lacrosse too.
Cool.
Ooh, okay. Okay, so I'm kind of at a standstill. I'm not sure if I went wrong somewhere or not. So what I did first thing was I subtracted 6 from each side. So I turned the first side into negative 3x plus 4, and the second side to negative 2x.
Good.
And now I'm kind of at a standstill on what I would do after that.
All right. So whenever we solve an equation, we have to gather our variables on the same side of the equation. So since you moved the 6 over, then we want to move the negative 3x over to the other side and leave the 4 all by itself. Does
All
that
right,
make sense?
so would I add 3x each side to make it 4 equals negative 5x?
Well, we're combating a negative 3x with a positive 3x because they cancel each other out because they would equal 0, correct? That's
So
number
yeah,
one.
so
Okay.
then
So
um,
we do that
positive
over
x
here as well. Okay. And what is a negative 2x and a positive 3x combined to give us?
1. So positive 1. So 4 equals x.
There you go.
All right. Okay, so now I know. Yeah, let me write that all down. Okay, so plus 3x, 3x, 4 equals x. Okay, well now I know that. So let's go. Y equals negative 12 plus 10.
Okay.
So, okay, so I got 2 for the first one. Let me see if that makes sense for the second one. Y equals negative 8. Y equals negative 8. Well, negative 12. Negative 2. All right. So I got y equals negative 2 too. Or y equals negative
What was the negative 8 all about?
2. Well, y equals negative 2 times 4, which is x, plus 6. So the negative
Oh,
8.
you did that. Okay. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so
I thought you were
I
using.
was trying both equations to make sure.
Yep. Good. Good, good,
Um,
good.
okay, so I got negative 2 for both. So x
Okay.
plus 4 and y equals negative 2.
Thought you were backing it up to the other one. So cool.
I already scribbled something down there.
Yeah, don't do that. I'm just kidding.
All right.
No, what you did is correct. Oh, this is back from y equals mx plus b days.
Yeah.
So you solve for y there. What you did is not wrong, but I wouldn't do it that way.
Well, okay, because the way I did it first, which now I remember why I did that, is because I was trying to figure out, well, I figured out that like y is 1/2 of x. What would be like a better way to do that so I don't like do that in an equation, mess it up?
Well, what if this said x equals 7? What would you do?
Well, if 7 equals 2y, then y would probably be
No,
3.
no, 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 no. 2y's gone.
Oh,
All it says is x equals 7. What would you do?
well, I substitute it into the top equation and
Well,
have.
then why are you hating on poor 2y? What did 2y ever do to you?
All
Nothing.
right, so I would just make it 3 times 2y.
There you go.
All right.
You
Well,
smelling what I'm cooking here?
yeah. 3 times 2y plus 4y. 2y plus 4y equals 10. Well, I can't. I guess does PEMDAS apply here, or can I add like terms? So would I add 2y and 4y?
Well, yes. Oh, no, 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 no. PEMDAS does apply. Absolutely.
So instead of that, I guess I have to. So 3 times 2x plus 4x equals 10.
2y.
Oh
Not
yeah,
x.
3 times 2y plus 4y equals 10. All right, let me think about this. Times 2y, then plus 4y. Um, well, okay, let's see this. If all right, well, I can figure this out. Is what? If x is half of y,
Wait a second. What'd you get for y?
for y, I still have nothing. Trying to
Okay.
figure it out.
So
So
did you get to 10y equals 10?
not yet.
Okay, so you just did 6y plus 4y equals 10, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, well, when you asked about PEMDAS, what I was saying is you absolutely have to multiply 3 times 2y to get 6y. Okay,
All right, so I see what you're. Okay, so 6y plus 4y equals 10y,
there you
and
go.
equals 10.
Yeah, now what?
Okay, so y equals 1.
There you go.
Equals 1. And x equals 2.
Very good. Now I want to learn you something real quick. Okay, so it sounded to me like you looked at 10y equals 10. I'm just going to do a little box over here. And you just said, oh yeah, y equals 1. Is that what happened?
Yes.
Okay, which is fine, totally fine. However, let's just pretend for a second that neither you or I could handle that. And we went through the procedure of dividing both sides by 10,
Mhm.
right? Now, and then the reason you've heard the term, you've heard teachers say, okay, this cancels out,
Yeah.
and then y equals 1, right? Do you know why it cancels out? Why we're allowed to do that?
Well, because if you have like a negative number, I guess, and you add a positive to it, it kind of just cancels out. But I guess I don't really know. I think.
Okay. So yeah, when you're adding or subtracting, it's more intuitive. If I have a positive 3 and I subtract 3, I have 0. So it's gone, right? So we do say divide both sides by 10, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, over here on the left, what is 10 divided by 10? What is that?
1.
It's 1.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not actually canceling out. What's happening is we take 10 divided by 10, and that's 1 y. And in
Yeah.
this case, it's
And 1y
unfortunate that
equals
equals
y.
1, and 1 times y is y, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's
That makes sense.
that's what's actually happening. Since if you divide by the same thing, you get 1, and then the product of 1 times the variable is simply the variable.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Okay, that's what's actually happening. And it seems like, yeah, but it's really important to
Yeah.
understand why things work.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So
Not,
after
it's not
we,
just like it's not a procedure
yeah.
that you memorize, there's a reason for it.
Mhm.
All
So
right, let's go.
after we do like F, G, and H, I also want to work on a little bit of like substitution because that's also going to be on like the tests.
Okay.
All right.
You are doing substitution right now, by the way.
Yeah. I
Okay.
just because I feel like I get what it is, but I just want to have like a more like firm grasp on the concept of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So same thing here. Negative 3x minus 5 equals 4x plus 3. Okay.
That's substitution, by the way. You just did substitution.
Okay. So first thing I do, I guess, I add 5 um, plus 5. So that makes it um, negative 3 equals 4x plus 35. Okay. Negative 3. Okay, well, I guess I will subtract 4x from each side. Um, okay, so that means we get f 3x minus 4. Okay, so 7x equals 35. And 7 over 35 is 5. And 35 over 35 is 0. So x equals 5. Yeah.
Careful. So you just told me that you got negative 7x equals 35, didn't you?
Yeah, okay, so negative 7x equals 35. And negative 7x divided by 30. Okay, so it's negative 5.
There you go.
The little things that I always forget.
Yep, we all do.
Yeah. All right, so that means we got x equals negative 5. So for the y, let's do y equals 15 minus 5, which is 10. Let's see. Okay, so let's try on the second one. Y equals 4x, so negative 20 plus 30 is also 10. Okay. So y equals 10 and x equals negative 5.
Cool. I want to show you something real quick.
Mhm.
Okay, so um, I'm just going to redo this a slightly different way here. So we had negative 3x minus 5 equals 4x plus 30. So the thing that rings in my head is x is on one side, everything else on the other, right? And so you added 5 to both sides. The way you did it is perfectly fine. Some people don't like to deal with negatives with their variables. So you could have looked at the 4x and the minus 3x and realized, ooh, if I subtract 4x, I'm going to end up with a negative, which then led to you forgetting the negative,
Yeah.
right? So what some folks like to do is make sure that their variables remain positive. So adding 3x to make this a positive 7x. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have to do that. You're good. You make silly errors, but your arithmetic is fantastic. But I just thought I would show it to you as a strategy that maybe you might want to do of always keeping the coefficient of your x term positive.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right. Well, okay, so negative 35 equals 7x. Yeah. All right.
See what I'm
Thanks. It's
saying?
less steps than mine.
You still get negative 5.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Next.
Well, y equals 3. Just substitute it right in. I guess. Um, so x equals negative 6 plus 56. Negative 6 plus 56 is just 50. So x equals 50 and y equals 3.
Hey,
Okay.
some might say that you are slaying. I would never say that.
All right. All right. Negative 4x plus y equals 30. And y equals negative 4x plus negative 3x minus 5 equals 30. Okay, well, then it's just negative 4x plus negative 3x, would just be negative 4x, or just be negative 7x. So negative 7x minus 5 equals 30. Well, that means x would have to be 35, or x would have to make 735. So it would be negative 5. So it could make the 7 positive. So x equals negative 5. Um, and then the y equals, well, negative 15, negative 5, 15. Um, so then 15 minus 5. So y equals 10. Isn't this the same equation from one of the ones
I
before?
believe that it is, isn't it? They
Yeah.
just rearranged it for us.
Huh. All right. So x equals negative 5, y equals 10.
Booyah.
Okay.
Now, I want to ask you something because I heard your thought process. I think you got to this step right here
Mm-hmm.
and you reasoned that this needs to be a positive 35 to subtract 5 and get 30. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
And so you did not go through the steps here, did you?
No. Because
Okay.
I was just thinking about if it's minus 5, then you just do 30 plus 5, so that's 35. And what would I multiply negative 7 by to make it 35?
That's um That's really good, Hudson. And I'm not against you not doing the steps because you know the steps if you need them. And what it tells me is you understand what an equation is all about. It's finding the value of x that makes the statement true and not just following steps, right? You understand, which means that when you get something wrong, you're able to say, well, now wait a second, that doesn't make sense. So. Good stuff on your end, sir.
Yeah, I guess that's why they say check your answers.
Yep, yep.
All right.
All
So
right,
there,
so that was it. Do you have your own substitution stuff, or do you need Dave to find some?
I think this is good now because it's just got a mix of both. I found this sheet. Um, here I'll give you a photo of it. It might be helpful. It's solving a system by graphing. It's
Ooh,
just
snap.
it's just like
So have you done that yet?
not yet because I'm not sure if it's
No, I mean, I'm sorry, in class, have you been taught that yet?
yeah we did it a little bit, but I think for only like one class and it never really made sense to me.
All right.
All right. So all right, well, I guess this would just be the same, but once you find the coordinates, you have to put it on the graph.
Everybody settle down. When I say that, I'm talking to myself. So nice photography skills. I've seen worse. Okay, so since mine's not fly, I'm gonna get my own graph just because it's a little off kilter when you take a picture.
Yeah.
No problem. Give me 1 second. All right. And don't be upset that your grid is not as awesome as mine. I am a professional, Hudson. You know what I'm saying? Like it can't all
One day.
one day, if you work hard enough, you too can have this. All right. So, um, talk to me about this, what you know about it, or Dave, I don't know. Help me out.
Well, what I do first is I would I guess solve the equation. I already know the y coordinate is -2. Um, then -2 equals 2x plus 2. So
Okay,
like,
so I'm going
and
to stop you because um, you're going to double your work, right? They're asking you to solve it by graphing. And probably the way you're doing it is quicker than what we're going to do, but sometimes it's not. And this is also the main reason you're doing this is to understand why the solution is what it is by graphing. So, um, what you're doing wasn't wrong. You're just not, you're going to create double work because we are going to solve it by graphing. Okay. So my first question is, do you know how to graph y equals 2x plus 2?
yes, I think because it's just y equals mx plus b.
Very good. So
So
talk to me about that.
so 2 um I guess is the slope.
Okay.
2 is also the y-intercept.
Okay.
So I would go up to 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then I would try to draw a line. If the y or if the slope is 2, that means it's rise 2, run 1.
Very good.
So go right here. Okay. So yeah, those 2 points. Um, did I graph that right? I graphed it like right on the 4. Yeah. All right. Um, so I have that right on the thing. Well, if I have that first one, that's the y equals 2x plus 2. That already kind of gives me the line. So with like a ruler or something, I can like trace it to the bottom. So
Yeah.
does the second part with the y equals -2 really matter?
It does. Do you know, well, first of all, do you know how to graph y equals -2?
Well, yeah. Um, I would just um go on the thing of the y-axis, and I would just like circle the -2.
That's not you're not wrong because that is the solution. However, that is not the graph of y equals -2. When we graph y equals -2, we want to put a line um, on the grid that shows where on the grid that every single y coordinate is -2. And that is just going to be a horizontal line through -2, which I missed a bit, but I'm going to move it up. So do you see how my line is going right through where on the y-axis is -2?
Yes.
Right here? Okay. And then do you understand that you see all these points I'm putting on here?
Yeah.
Every single one of them has a y coordinate of what?
Plus -2.
Of -2. So we have just indicated graphically that forever and ever to the left and to the right, those have an x coordinate of -2. You good?
Yeah.
Okay, so the solution to the system is where those graphs intersect, that coordinate.
All right.
Okay. Can you tell me the x and y coordinate for Mr. Green here?
Well, the y would be -2.
Okay,
The x would also be -2.
there you go. That's solving by graphing. We graph them and see where they intersect.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, and so graphically, there's a lot going on here. This is showing where the graphs are the same.
Yeah.
And another way to think of that is it's where they are equal, where they're the same.
Mhm.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, now you could have, I think what you were saying is I'm just going to make this point where y equals -2 right here. Is that what you were saying before?
Yeah. Because I
Yeah.
was thinking just if y equals -2, and now that just graph it right there.
Yep. But you do need to actually solve by graphing, you need to graph this horizontal line. That, I'm not sure if your teacher would take off points for not doing that. Does all of that make sense?
Yeah, a lot.
Okay, cool. Ooh, maybe this is why when you were with that other tutor, did you have to solve by graphing when you had to do the y equals mx plus b stuff?
Honestly, I can't remember.
Okay, because this is the only reason where you would do that is if you would have to solve it by graphing, because these nasty things you can't really graph
Yeah.
until you put them in y equals mx plus b form. Am I right?
Yeah. So, because I don't really remember doing the graph, so I think maybe she thought that we had to put them in y equals mx plus b no matter
Okay.
what.
I was just curious. That's all right.
That makes sense. All right.
All right. So, sir, what do you think about these
Well,
to
negative.
get them in the form to graph them? Have you done that before?
I think so, but I don't remember. So, how would I turn x plus y, um, x plus y equals 2 into, well, does that mean just x would be like 1 and y would also be 1?
So, maybe I'm not sure exactly what you're saying, but what I'm going to do is first write y equals mx plus b.
Mhm.
And I'm doing that to point out that poor old y is all by himself, isn't he? On one side of the equation. Okay.
Right.
So to get into y equals mx plus b form, don't worry about the mx and the b. All you're doing is you're getting y all by itself on either side of the equation. It doesn't matter. Okay. But you want to get rid of everything that is with y on that side of the equation. So here, the only thing that's bothering y is this x, correct?
Yeah.
How do I get rid of a positive x?
Checked.
You get that right, Jackson? So we're going to subtract x from both sides, yes? And so that means over here on the left, I'm left with y. Are you with me? You
So it's
okay?
just like yeah, so it's just like the other equations. Um,
Yes.
yeah, all right,
Yeah.
that's
Now, the temptation here might be to write this as 2 minus x. But if we want to be in the form of mx plus b and we're not confused about what to do when we're graphing, it's better to write it as -x, and that's a +2, isn't it?
negative. All right, y equals -x plus 2.
Do you understand why I can write 2 minus x as -x plus 2?
Yeah, but if that is y equals mx plus b, what's the m?
Well, let me ask you this, sir. What's in front of the x right now?
The 2,
What's in front of the x right now?
nothing.
Excuse me? So then it's a 0, nothing, but that would be 0, wouldn't it?
There have to be a 1.
Yes, there's a one lurking everywhere, but us mathematicians are efficient and lazy.
Yeah.
So it is understood that the one is there.
Yeah. All right. So negative 1x. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the coefficient of negative x is negative one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let me write this down. Sorry. All right.
All right. So now let's do the same thing with this other bad boy. Um, I'll go green. Negative 2x plus 3y equals negative 9. And we got to get y by itself, yes? Okay. So what's on the same side with y that's bothering it?
Negative 2x.
And what are we going to do?
Subtract or add negative 2x. All right.
Now tell me what to write in this next step from left to right.
So 3y equals negative 9. Or, all right. Yeah. So 2x minus 9.
It is not wrong if you write negative 9 plus 2x. It is not. But until you're used to all of this, you probably want to be in y equals mx plus b form just for when you graph it.
All
Okay.
right. Let me
Now
write
what
that.
are we going to do?
Okay, well, 3y equals 2x minus 9.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. So over there we had,
We're we're not in the form. Y is by itself. All it has in front of it is a 1. Right now we got a 3. How can we get rid of that 3?
oh, so we divide by 3 on each side.
And
So,
I like to write it under each term because a lot of times your species, seventh grade math students, will do like this, and you will only divide one of the numbers by 3. So I like to suggest,
so 1y equals 2/3 x minus 3.
very good. Okay. So now let's solve it by graphing.
All right.
All right.
Well, I guess
Let's graph Big Blue. Tell me how to do that.
so. Would a slope of 2/3 just be like a 2/3 rise over run?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if the y-intercept is -3, so that's that right there, and the slope is a 2/3. So 1, 2 over 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right. So I put one dot on the -3 and one two below the 3.
Does it look like mine?
Yeah.
Cool. Now what?
Well, then I'll graph the second one.
Okay.
Y equals -1x plus 2.
Okay.
So, -1 is the slope,
Okay.
which means it's going this way, right?
We we need a y-intercept though, don't we?
Yeah, okay, so if the y-intercept is 2, so think of that, and then the slope is -1, so it just hits every dot. So, boom, boom, boom. Do these, I guess these lines, do they intersect?
Yes, they do. Did you go down one, right one from positive two like I did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like graphing, I probably just drew a bad line on here. Let me see this. Mm, oh yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I got it. All right.
What do you think?
That's pretty simple.
It is. It's inefficient, but it's what we're doing is hammering home what it means graphically and algebraically to have a solution of a system of equations. It's the ordered pair that works with both equations, that satisfies both equations. Okay,
All right.
cool.
Should go on to the next.
I think it's actually our hour is up because we started about now. Plus, your mom wanted to talk to me at the end, I think.
All right.
Do you have any
Yeah,
other questions before you go?
not really. Do you want me to call her in here?
Sure.
All right. Mama. Ooh.
Oh, you did, Hudson. Hudson. I was thinking the exact same thing.
Just come to my head.
That is creepy. Okay, I'm not even gonna be able to sleep tonight.
I feel like that's what everyone says when they say mama. Ma, um, he wants to talk to you now.
Oh my God. Hello.
How did it go?
I think it went pretty well. He just yelled out "Mama," and he went ooh, and I was the exact. I almost sang it, but it was the first session, so I thought, no, I don't want to creep him out.
You guys are on the same wavelength.
He's more mature than I am. That's a sad thing, but no, I think it went well. But the most important thing is, does he feel comfortable, and is he getting something out of it? Because if not,
Yeah.
then I don't want to waste his
Right.
time or your money. So.
Yes, of course. I mean, I think, finals are coming up, and I feel like we were sort of working with the other tutoring service for a while, and I don't think we were hearing feedback from either of them, either Hudson nor the tutors.
Mhm.
It was totally a waste of time. So
Yeah.
I don't. They're using this program called Desmos at school, which is mostly like you're familiar, right? So it's like
Yep.
like they're not actually teaching, which is crazy. Like, anyways, so I would just love to have for him to have like backup that he can go to. I learned math in a different country. It's like different math. I don't.
Well, where did you learn it?
I'm from Ukraine.
Oh, so I would love to hear, like, I have an idea of what you did, and the rest of the world is kicking the tails out of the United States in mathematics, and I think I
Yeah,
know why, but anyway.
yeah. I skipped like 2 years of school in the immigration process and was still like a year ahead of everyone else. I just that checks out, right?
Yes, I taught in an international school, and the international kids who came
Yeah.
in would look at the Americans like, what is the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? That's
What's the
exactly right.
matter with you?
Like I could barely speak English, and I placed that of all the math classes.
And then they would look at me, and I'm like, I know, just.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So you had said that and when you reserved it for the rest of the year, and of course I would say, talk to Hudson first. This particular slot isn't available, but I have students who are like taking their AP exams, so they're done with
yeah.
it. So some slots have opened up.
Okay.
So, you can take a look using the app that you already did.
Yeah. So we have it would be great if we could do like Mondays or Tuesday nights would be great. Um I know I saw the availability was sort of really varied. Um I could take a look some more, but do you have it up that we can sort of
Yep, right now I have it looks like Tuesday. Actually just an hour ago, Tuesday at 6 p.m.
so
open.
So next Tuesday. So normally I would say that sounds great, except he's got his final lacrosse game of the year next Tuesday.
Okay.
Um, what
Let's
about Monday? Anything on Monday?
right now, no. What's the earliest he could meet?
Um, the earliest, let's see, he takes the bus home probably like 7 or 7:30.
Oh gosh, poor guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't happen to have a study hall during school, does he?
No, no, they don't get that until high school.
Would he be able to meet at, how late would he be able to meet after the game on Tuesday? Or would he just be too worn out?
I think he'd be too worn out. Yeah.
Okay. Right now, I don't have anything on Monday. I could get a cancellation. We could, if you wanted to, we could do Sunday. I
Okay.
I usually don't open Sundays, but with new,
Yeah.
voting people,
Yeah.
I
Sunday might not. What time on Sunday do you have? That might not be bad, actually.
like 6 or 8 would be best.
8 p.m.
Yeah,
Uh,
6 or 8.
so that's the 27th, right?
Yes.
Um, we have my mom is visiting. Um, what's on why will this not pull up for me? 27th. We're not gonna make it. We have evening plans, like early, late afternoon plans. We're not, I don't think we're gonna make it, and then dinner.
What about
What about Wednesday?
no, the whole week? Well, I do have Thursday at 7.
No, we've got Spanish tutoring on Thursday. Oh, um,
We could do Sunday late morning,
like what time?
11, 10.
10. Let's do 10.
Okay.
Let's do math tutoring with Dave.
Okay.
Okay, great.
And I will send you I do everything on my Google Calendar, so I'll
Perfect.
set it up for you to get an email. And then after that, do you want the Tuesday, like starting on the 6th, do you want the 6 p.m. slot on Tuesdays?
Um, he's not gonna make 6. The bus doesn't get back until like six
Oh, shoot.
thirty. I know. So
Well,
like
I do have I know you wanted Monday or Tuesday, but I do have the Thursday at 7 slot.
the Thursdays is when we have the Spanish tutoring.
Okay. Um, well, I mean, it's the end of the school year, so I'm willing to do a Sunday slot at like I have an 8, so like a 6 or an 8
Yeah,
if you wanted
we
that.
could do that. I think we could do that starting week after next, like not this Sunday because we have family in town, but after that, I think we could do
The fourth, starting on the 4th then.
starting on the 4th. Yeah,
Okay. Would you
we
prefer
could do that.
6 or 8?
I think 6. Let me double. Hudson is with his dad on the 4th, so I'll double check. I'll text him right now, actually. Um, and please let us know if you have cancellations Mondays or Tuesdays, like after
I will.
7 or 7:30. Um, at 6 and 8 p.m. Do you want one of those? Um, yeah.
If we did, what do you call it? If we did Thursdays at 7,
You want to do 2 tutoring sessions back to back?
I mean, it could work.
Can you handle that? That's a
I mean,
lot.
I guess I could because I don't really want to do it tutoring on weekends.
Well, you're gonna have to do something before finals, because you're gonna need,
Before finals, what would it be on Saturdays or Sundays?
Sunday morning.
It's fine, I guess.
Yeah. Well, this weekend it's gonna be Sunday morning, and then next weekend maybe Sunday, like early evening. Early. I'll see what Daddy says.
Okay.
It's 1 hour, right?
Yep.
1 hour.
And everybody, all the emails that you originally put on will get.
Yeah, exactly. That's perfect. You can put all the emails on there, and then no matter who Hudson's with, he'll have to log in.
Okay. And are you oodles of nails?
Oodles of snails. That's me.
Okay. I love it.
Thank you.
All right. Very good.
Um,
So then, do you want me to go ahead and book the Sundays, or do you want me
yeah,
to?
book the Sundays, and then
Okay.
uh,
And we can you can always adjust. It's,
yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, perfect. I'm glad,
All right.
this worked
Enjoyed
out.
it. And if he changes his mind, let me know, and
Yeah.
no problem at all.
Yeah. Thank
All
you so
right.
much, Dave. Have a great night.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.